Hi, my name's Emma and welcome to my channel. My channel is all about colouring and collaging. Sometimes I do them by themselves and other times I do them together and like to make mixed media colouring pages. So today we're going to be doing the completed pages for April. So this month I actually only finished 7 pages, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me it is a lot because I colour like a snail. I don't really colour that much, I don't really have that much time, and this last month has been super busy, so 7 is pretty good for me. Let's start with my picture in Escape to Oz from Good Wives and Warriors. This is the first picture I've actually done in this book. I've got most of Good Wives and Warriors books, but this is actually the first picture I've done in any of them. And I based this whole thing in Inktense. It's actually a mix of Inktense, Albert Dürer and Graphitint. When I'm using my watercolour pencils, I usually use all those 3 together. I have them all in one pencil case, so I have like all my watercolour pencils all in one pencil case and they're just all mixed in colours. So it's just easy for me just to grab what I need, and I don't have like a full pack of any of them. So what I did was I started off buying small, like the small packs of them, and then whatever extra colours I want, I just will buy from open stock. I just find that easier, and then I just end up with all the colours that I need. So I did based the whole thing in my watercolour pencils to start with, and then I went over and shaded with Prismacolor to get like a little bit more depth in there. I collaged this little monster in here, and so it looks like he's kind of surprised looking into the telescope. It looks like he's just going, oh, what's going on here? And that's why I chose that picture. I actually did a video on choosing which picture to use, and I ended up choosing this one because I actually think the colours and everything just go with the rest of the picture as well. Also, when I did this picture to start with, this side here had a black background, but this side here was actually white. So I decided I wanted the whole background black. So what I did was I actually just used Prisma to go over the top of it all. This one here, I went over the top of this black with Prisma as well because I wanted it to be exactly the same black. And if you notice, the black in books is generally, I don't know if I've got any, but you probably know this, but the black in the books is usually not as deep in intensity as if you would colour in with a Posca or Prismacolor. So I went over that one as well just so it all fitted in and matched together. I also added a little bit of Coliro for the silver just around here, and there's a little bit of silver on the telescope as well. White jelly roll for the dots. And I also just covered up the black lines of the wolves with Tooly Art paint pen, just so I wanted it to blend in. So I actually wanted the wolves to look like they were popping out of the actual picture, so they were part of the land, and it was just coming out. I added some blood too on the little wolves' fangs as well, just to make them look a little bit more evil. But that worked out well. I wasn't sure what to do with the moon, so I did just leave it white. I might go back and paint a moon in there, but I'm not sure how to do it, so I might actually look for maybe a tutorial on how to draw moons so I can make it more look like a real moon. So that's that one. The second book I have is Furballs by Diane Defer, and I finished 2 pages in this book. The first page I did was this rainbow unicorn just here. And to be honest, I actually wasn't keen about colouring this picture at all. I didn't like the unicorn, but I thought it was just one of those pictures where I could just have a bit of fun, and if it didn't work out, it wouldn't bother me at all. But I actually really like how it turned out, and I really, really enjoyed doing it. So on the background, I used Neo colours, and this is actually a colour combination I never would usually use, and I really like how bright it turned out. See, that's because I wasn't like putting any pressure on myself on this page, I could just try new things and test things out. And that's how I got this beautiful colour combination. I'm definitely going to use it again. I think it worked really, really well. And then I coloured the unicorn in with Inktense and Albert Dürer. Just went over the top a little bit with Prismacolors. Also, just these white dots here are, white and pink dots are the Jelly Roll. The stars also the pink Jelly Roll or Posca, I'm not sure. I think it might be Posca. And then I outlined the unicorn in white, the whole unicorn in white, and then these little metallic stars here are Uniball Signo. So that's that one. I like how that worked out. And then I also did this space page. So I started off this page by collaging this little spaceship in here. And what I did is I just cut it out and collaged from a really old kids magazine. So my initial plan was to make it look like a cardboard rocket ship, but that plan obviously failed and that didn't happen. But I didn't mind how it turned out. I think it looks okay. There's a little bit of difference as well. Then I wanted to make this background look like some type of space wallpaper you'd find in a kid's bedroom. So I just did the whole blue background with Tooly Art paint pen and took a white pencil and did some little white circles in there. And then also just the dots with Posca as well. I also added some silver in here with just the Clearo watercolor, just for his little mask there, and just some of the windows on the spaceship. But yeah, the rest is just Prisma and a little bit of Jelly Roll for the white stuff as well. So I like how that one turned out as well. The next finished picture is in Colourful Time by Gugeli. And this is one of my absolute favourite books. And I've only coloured one picture in here because I'm petrified of ruining it. So it's just this one here. I did this in only Inktense, Prismacolor, and there's some white Posca in there. So I do feel like it's not completely finished. I feel like the overall image looks quite flat. And I think it could probably do with some metallics or I was thinking of maybe outlining some of these lines in here in these flowers. But because I like it the way it is, and I do know it will look better with more on there, I just don't want to put more on there and then totally stuff it up. So if anyone has any ideas for me that I could improve it, let me know in the comments, and I might try it out. But because it's one of my favourite books and it's the first picture I've done it, I'm absolutely petrified of ruining it. And I think getting this first picture completely finished has given me courage to move on to another picture. But I had this as more or less finished for a long time. And I might still say it is a whip because I just don't know what to do at the end. But at the moment, I'm happy with it like this, and I'm going to leave it like this. So that's Colourful Time. And I really want to do another picture in here next month. So the next one is The Beauty of Horror Tarot by Alan Robert. I love this book. The paper is amazing in here. Oh, sorry. That's okay. Sorry, I thought I saw some drool on there. I've got a super drooly dog, and sometimes his drool gets in really random places, and I thought I saw it there, but it's not. It's not drool, so that's okay. I did this one starting off with Crayola Super Tips. So I just based the Crayola Super Tips straight onto the picture, and then I used one of my water pens and just spread the ink out and around the picture so it looks more like paint. And I like the look that it gave here, like really mottled look. And I also did the same thing for this blood. Like I try to make it look like some smudged blood. So I did the same with that, just putting the super tips down and using the water to spread it out. And then I went just around the edges here, just with a bit of Prismacolor just to define the edges. I did the same thing with the whole page basically. So I super tipped it all and then went around and put some Prisma just to define little bits in there. I used the Posca, white Posca, to just give the highlights to some of the blood and some of the stars back here. I used two types of metallic gel pen. They are both Signo Uniball. So this one here, which is really shiny, I don't know if you can see, it's really sparkly. And then there's this one here, which is more matte and dull. So, hang on, there we go. So it's more, yeah, so this one is more matte and dull. So they're just these ones here. I'll show you which ones I use. So this one here is the Uniball Sparkly, the sparkly one. And this is the one that's not so sparkly. I'll show you on a piece of paper the difference. So this is the sparkly one. It is super sparkly. Can you see that? And then this one here is the matte one. And they're both really, really, really metallic, which I love. But you can definitely see the difference between the sparkly one. Well, I hope you can. Definitely see the difference between the sparkly one and the metallic one. And I do find that the silver, I do have the same in the silver as well, but the silver is the sparkliest silver. It's not showing it properly, but the silver is definitely the sparkliest silver pen I've ever seen. It's really good. Okay, so that's that one. And how cute is this dog? Just before I put it down, because I think he is a beautiful dog and I just want to give him a big cuddle. He looks so happy. So that's that one. The next book is Woodland Watercolor by Claire Therese Gray. And I absolutely love this book. It's my go-to when I just want to relax. I've done this page here. So in this book, I've made it a mission for myself to always start off with watercolor. So I'm not very good at watercolor. I'm not experienced at all, but I do like mucking around with it. And I think it gives me, that's why I find it so relaxing to work in this book. So I wanted to do a bit of an autumn color palette. So I started off with my Kuretake watercolors. And then outlined everything with my super golden markers just to give it a little bit of a shimmer and shine. Then I grabbed my Prisma and just basically went around all these just to try and give it some depth. So I did a couple of colours in here, just some brown colours, and shaded it in. But what I do like about this book is because the paper is so toothy, because it's that watercolour paper, when you do colour with your pencils on there, it gives this really great, like a really great feeling to it. It's like a really amazing texture. And I actually like it because it's different. I mean, I like colouring on smooth paper, but I really enjoy the texture that gives. So there's that one there. And then the very last one is Spooky Colouring Book by Sarah Zeswick. Some of you might have already seen this on my video. I did do a video of how I collage the background. What happened was I coloured this whole picture in and I totally stuffed up the background. I didn't like it at all. So then I tried to fix it another way and it was a disaster. And the only way that I could figure out to save this image was just to basically pull it out and put a brand new background in there. Thought the best way to do it is to collage. So I did do a video of how I did this whole process. So if you want to see how I chose the images, looking through the collage books, how I glued it down, I do have a video of that. So go and look for that. So, but with the bottle here, I based everything with Ohuhu water-based markers, went over the top with Prismacolor, and then also Jelly Roll as well. I'll bring it a bit forward so you can see the inside of the bottle. I just put some white Jelly Roll around here just to try and look like it's reflections in the glass. And I did make a big mistake. I don't know if you can see, but I mistook, when I was colouring it in, I mistook the axolotl's ears for trees. So I coloured in all the green trees first, and I coloured in his ears, and then afterwards I was like, oh no. And I think I did a pretty good save, because I think because I outlined the axolotl in white and then I was able to outline his ears and put a little bit of pink in there. I did a little bit of pink Prisma shading too. I think I saved it. Hopefully no one would know that I thought it was the trees. But yeah, and he's such a cute little dude. I really like him. So the only thing that I would probably change about this page is I really wanted that axolotl to stand out. And I was planning on doing him pink. So I wish I hadn't done this background pink. Maybe if I would have done the background like all in purple, or maybe even going down into a different blue, so then he would stand out. But I still like it. It's quite a cute picture. And that's it for April. So I'm looking forward to this month, and I have never actually participated in Mermaid. So I'm hoping to get some mermaid pictures coloured in, and also planning on getting some pictures in my uncoloured books, because I've got too many uncoloured books that are sitting there that I really want to get into. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all of you who have subscribed. It means the world to me to be able to share my love for colouring and collaging with other colourists. You probably all know it's like I find it a pretty lonely hobby. It's something you do by yourself, so it's really nice to be able to share it with other people and be able to make friends in the community that also love the same thing as you do. So thank you so much, and until next time, bye.